Have you ever noticed something odd about Paimon in the recent Archon quest? I'm not referring to her separation anxiety, we have already know that, but rather these two specific moments. The first was when we encountered the Lord of the Night, a surviving Silly. Remember there is a theory or a claim suggesting that Paimon is also a Silly? It is really strange to see that the Lord of the Night showed no surprise or curiosity about Paimon's existence. There should have been some sense of familiarity, cause we expect both are silly here. But there was no reaction at all. If Paimon is indeed a significant figure who has existed since ancient times, we would also expect ancient deities to recognize her. However, this hasn't happened yet. Neither the Archons nor the dragons, and now not even these ancient Silly have acknowledged Paimon. So who will be? Thanks to this discovery, I am even more doubtful whether the claim that Paimon is a Silly and even a god or part of the heaven hierarchy is convincing enough. Consider this. Do you still remember the moment when Dottore successfully put the Traveler and Paimon to sleep at the end of the Sumeru Archon quest? At that time, he mentioned that his method wouldn't affect a god, which is why Nahida was unaffected. The question is, could this moment indicate or even consider evidence that the traveler, and more importantly, Paimon, do not fall into the category of a god, at least based on Dottore's method? Interestingly, many world quests have been hinting to us, the players, that this duo is far from ordinary entities. For example, the world quest Aranara and the Melusines. From this, it seems like Paimon occupies a position of being not just an ordinary entity, but also not aligning with the category of a god. So, what exactly is she now? Is she like somewhat a tool that's sent down by the heaven, or perhaps as a spy? Regardless of that, if we still insist with our initial claim, there are several possibilities as to why nobody recognized her. It could be that many deities such as the Lord of the Night, the Archons, and others have experienced memory loss, something similar to Scaramus. Or Paimon get globified, meaning Paimon's current appearance might differ significantly from her original form. There is also the possibility that there is high-ranking deity playing behind Paimon's existence. Perhaps Paimon just exists recently, or even she is not that high in the heaven hierarchy. To be honest, it could also be all of them. This is very confusing. Indeed. Well, speaking about the interactions, this reminds me of Venti. Paimon's interaction with him are pretty suspicious. It is almost like there's some sort of connection between them. Most of this comes from Paimon's reaction. She often looks surprised and annoyed whenever she is around Venti. I am not sure if I'm just overthinking it or if there is actually something going on between them. Maybe even connected to the shade. But then again, you could say she also react that way to Ito. So maybe my suspicion don't hold up. Or do they? Okay, the second moment I want to bring up is when the Lord of the Night was explaining the rule of death, Ronova. At one point, she talked about how Ronova felt self-pity for what she had done. What I found interesting was Paimon's reaction. She repeated the word self-pity to herself. Maybe some of you see that as just a small detail, but if you think about it, why would the Genshin dev include that moment? It wouldn't really make a difference if it was just removed, right? So I feel like there could be some hidden meaning there. It's like they might be hinting at mirroring between Ronova and Paimon, especially with that whole self-pity thing. Or maybe, once again, I am overthinking it. Now, I am really curious. What did Paimon do before she met our main character? Could she have done something similar to Ronova and ended up being punished, which is why she is tiny now? I think it is worth considering. So, what do you think? Am I cooking or being cooked now? If you have your own theory regarding Paimon, then feel free to share it in the comment section down below. Like and subscribe to this channel if you find this video interesting. Hello Zen here and see you next time.